Since ancient times, almost everyone has believed that eating fish is wholesome and nourishing. There's even a saying, the more fish you eat, the longer and healthier you live. But the truth is not quite so simple. Right on our familiar dining tables, there are up to 5 common types of fish that silently damage our legs, wear down our joints, and shorten the lifespan of older adults. Many seniors wonder, I eat fish regularly, yet my joints still crack. Every morning I feel heavy when walking, and sometimes the pain even gets worse. The answer is that not all fish are good. Some contain high amounts of unhealthy fats, salt, preservatives, and even heavy metals. Eating them regularly over time is no different from nurturing hidden illnesses, inflamed joints, weakened liver, declining heart health, and gradually fading memory. It may sound unreasonable, but this is the reality I have personally witnessed while accompanying many elderly people. The tears of helplessness when their legs are no longer steady, their joints losing flexibility. These issues do not come from age alone, but also from those familiar pieces of fish on the dining table. In today's video, I will share with you the 5 most dangerous types of fish that older adults should limit as much as possible to protect their joints, legs, and longevity. And especially at the end of the video, I'll reveal 5 types of fish that are incredibly beneficial, lifesavers, that help keep joints flexible, the heart strong, and the mind sharp. Right finger if you find this video meaningful. Please leave a comment sharing your own experience. I have eaten right, or I have eaten wrong, so that everyone can learn together. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to always receive the most useful health information. Now, let's get started. The first type of fish is Pangasius, basa fish. TRA fish, raised in industrial farms, cheap in price but costly to health. Dear friends, in today's markets and supermarkets, industrially farmed basa and TRA fish are almost always available. They are inexpensive, tender, and easy to cook in many ways, from braising, frying, to making soups and porridge. That's why this fish has become a familiar choice for many families, especially seniors who want to save money while believing they are eating fish to nourish their health. Yet behind that rich, seemingly nutritious taste hides risks that few people expect. In industrial farming environments, basa and TRA fish are raised in crowded conditions, with hardly any room to move naturally like fish in rivers and lakes. To make them grow faster, farmers often use commercial feed high in starch and oil, sometimes even mixing in antibiotics or growth stimulants. This causes the fish meat to contain higher levels of unhealthy fats than normal, especially omega-6. You should know that our bodies need both omega-3 and omega-6 to function normally. However, balance is the key. When omega-6 is in excess while omega-3 is too low, the body falls into imbalance, leading to chronic low-grade inflammation. This inflammation is the root cause of swollen, painful knees, and difficulty walking. Not only that, it also raises blood lipids, burdens the liver and heart, and causes seniors' health to decline over time. Keycap 2. Dried fish, a snack that costs you your legs. My dear friends, in the memories of many Vietnamese people, dried fish has long been a familiar dish. A piece of dried fish grilled golden over charcoal, torn into strips and dipped in a spicy chili fish sauce. Eaten with hot rice, it evokes the image of the countryside and warm, simple family meals. Many older folks still keep the habit of enjoying a bit of grilled dried fish with some rice wine, or nibbling on it as an afternoon snack. But few realize that this seemingly harmless habit is silently wearing away their health every day, especially the legs and joints of old age. To preserve dried fish for long periods, it must be heavily salted. Just a small piece of dried fish can contain several times more salt than the recommended daily intake. When excessive salt enters the body, the kidneys must work constantly to filter it out. For young people with strong kidneys and joints, this may still be manageable. But for older adults, whose kidneys are weaker and joints more fragile, that salt becomes nothing short of a heavy burden. Excess salt causes the body to retain water, leading to swelling in the legs and arms, making the legs feel heavy and inflamed. At the same time, salt raises blood pressure, tightening blood vessels and making joints more prone to painful inflammation. For those already suffering from gout, just a few meals with dried fish can trigger excruciating joint pain, so severe that walking becomes difficult and even sleep at night is disrupted. Some seniors have shared that after a simple gathering with friends, just a few bites of grilled dried fish left their legs swollen and their joints so painful the next day that they needed a cane to walk. Even worse, when salt builds up over time, not only the joints but also the heart and kidneys deteriorate. Seniors who frequently eat dried fish are at higher risk of heart failure, kidney disease, and hypertension. What seems like just a snack, just for fun, ends up costing painful legs, swollen joints, and declining health. Keycap 3. Canned fish, convenient but dangerously harmful. Dear friends, in today's fast-paced life, canned fish has become a popular choice for many families. Just open the lid and within minutes, a meal is ready, so convenient. For elderly people living alone, canned fish can even feel like a lifesaver on days when they don't feel like cooking. But this very convenience hides a price that is far from cheap for our health. To keep canned fish preserved for long periods, manufacturers must use large amounts of salt and preservatives. Many varieties are even soaked in recycled industrial oil, leaving the product loaded with sodium, unhealthy fats, and chemical additives. When the body regularly absorbs this mix of salt and oil, the first consequences are swollen and painful joints, heavy limbs, fatty liver, and weakened cardiovascular health. Seniors, after just a few consecutive meals of canned fish, may quickly feel exhausted, notice puffiness in their face, swelling in their legs, and a sudden spike in blood pressure. I once met a 65-year-old woman who lived alone in an apartment. Because she disliked complicated cooking, she often relied on canned fish as her daily meal. After only a short while, she began feeling fatigued, restless at night, bloated, and her joints started swelling. A medical checkup revealed chronic arthritis and fatty liver. And it all began with what she thought was a harmless habit: eating canned fish every day. What's most alarming is that with canned fish, we have no control over the ingredients inside. The fish may not be fresh, the oil may not be clean, and the additives may exceed safe limits. Eating it over time is no different than steadily feeding the body with more salt and toxins. And once the liver and kidneys are worn down and the joints inflamed, treatment becomes anything but simple. Keycap 4. Fish from polluted waters, fresh but not clean. My dear friends, for generations many people have believed that as long as a fish is still flopping around, looking fresh and lively, it must be good and nutritious. Especially those living near rivers or the sea, who often go directly to the docks to buy fish straight from the boats, convinced that this is the most natural and healthy. But the truth isn't that simple. A fish may look fresh, but if it has been living in polluted waters, that freshness is only on the outside. Inside, it hides dangers we cannot see. Today, many rivers and coastal areas near industrial zones are contaminated by chemical waste and heavy metals. Fish living in these waters breathe, feed, and grow from that same polluted source. When you eat them, you are also taking those toxins directly into your body. Heavy metals like lead, mercury, and cadmium do not leave the body easily. Instead, they slowly accumulate in the liver, kidneys, and joints. The result? Elevated liver enzymes, declining kidney function, and chronic joint pain. Some people even suffer from long-term insomnia, trembling hands and feet, and worsening memory, without realizing the cause lies in what seemed like safe everyday meals. Even worse, these toxins accumulate silently year after year, and by the time illness shows up, it is often too late. I remember an elderly man in Nha Trang who went to the harbor every day to buy fresh fish to cook. He believed the fresher the fish, the better for his health. But after a few years, he developed chronic joint pain, high liver enzyme levels, and his overall health declined significantly. Tests later revealed heavy metal contamination in his blood. Only then did he realize that for years he had been unknowingly eating fish from polluted waters. Keycap 5. Large ocean fish and pufferfish, hidden dangers. Dear friends, when it comes to large ocean fish such as tuna, swordfish, or mackerel, many people immediately think of luxury and nutrition. Quite a few families, especially in the cities, even consider them premium dishes to nourish the elderly. Yet few realize that the larger and older the fish, the more dangerous it can be, because of extremely high mercury levels. In nature, large fish eat smaller fish. Over the years, they accumulate heavy metals from hundreds, even thousands, of such meals. Mercury does not disappear, it stays in the fish's flesh and enters our bodies when we eat it. Once inside, mercury attacks the brain, nervous system, heart, and joints. Older adults, whose bodies are already more vulnerable, suffer the worst. Memory loss, insomnia, trembling hands and legs, and an increased risk of stroke. I once met an elderly teacher in Hanoi who believed that eating tuna would sharpen his mind. He often bought it from upscale seafood restaurants. But the more he ate, the shakier his legs became. His memory declined, and sleepless nights plagued him. A medical checkup showed his blood mercury levels were alarmingly high. Only then did he realize that what he thought was healthy was actually harming him. As for pufferfish, the danger is beyond debate. Pufferfish contain tetrodotoxin, a poison many times stronger than cyanide. Just a tiny amount can paralyze muscles, stop breathing, and even be fatal. Sadly, there have been many cases of people dying from pufferfish poisoning, whether prepared in restaurants or at home by family and friends. For seniors with weaker immunity, the consequences are even more severe. My friends, not every big, exotic, or expensive fish is good for your health. Sometimes what seems luxurious is actually a silent killer. Seniors must be cautious, avoid large ocean fish high in mercury, and absolutely never eat pufferfish. A moment of curiosity, a meal that seems nutritious, could come at the cost of your health, or even your life. My dear friends, after hearing about the 5 types of fish that seem healthy but actually harm your legs and joints, many of you may be wondering, so, what should we eat to stay both satisfied and healthy in old age? Fortunately, nature doesn't only give us foods that hide dangers, it also blesses us with many valuable types of fish. Rich in golden nutrients that keep joints flexible, the heart strong, and the mind sharp. By choosing the right fish and eating them the right way, old age no longer has to mean pain and stiffness, but instead can become years of freedom and vitality. And right now, I'd like to share with you 5 excellent types of fish that nutrition experts especially recommend for seniors. Keycap 1. Salmon braised with turmeric, nature's anti-inflammatory medicine. If farmed basa fish is full of unhealthy fats, then salmon is the complete opposite, packed with omega-3, the good fat that reduces inflammation, lubricates the joints, stabilizes the heartbeat, and prevents atherosclerosis. When paired with turmeric, a spice rich in curcumin, you get a powerful 2-in-1 dish, nourishing and strongly anti-inflammatory. Eating salmon braised with turmeric 2 to 3 times a week can help ease swollen knees and lower blood fat. Beyond that, the omega-3 in salmon nourishes nerve cells and improves memory, crucial for older adults who often struggle with forgetfulness. This makes salmon the perfect replacement for industrially farmed fish. Keycap 2. Steamed herring with ginger, the secret to strong bones and flexible joints. Though small, herring is a treasure chest of nutrition. Omega-3, calcium, vitamin D and vitamin B12. These nutrients strengthen bones, keep joints flexible, and help prevent osteoporosis, a condition that brings pain to many seniors. When steamed with ginger, The dish becomes fragrant, tasty, and warming. It improves circulation, relieves cold joints, and reduces nighttime aches. This is especially helpful for those who often suffer pain when the weather changes. Instead of eating salty dried fish that causes swelling, switch to light, gentle steamed herring with ginger. And within a few weeks, you may feel your legs becoming more agile again. Keycap 3. Sour soup with field gourami. A simple dish with great value. For generations, Vietnamese people have loved sour soup made with field gourami. But few know that this humble fish is rich in easy-to-digest protein, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and antioxidants. When cooked with tomatoes, pineapple, herbs, and bean sprouts, the soup becomes a natural medicine, delicious, detoxifying, anti-inflammatory, and cooling, especially for those who relied too much on canned fish. Returning to a rustic dish like sour soup with gourami is a way to detox the body, strengthen the liver, and soothe swollen joints. Sometimes, the best solution isn't in expensive dishes, but right in a simple bowl of homemade soup. Keycap 4. Sardines stewed with pickled mustard greens. The perfect pair of fish and probiotics. Sardines may be small, but they are rich in calcium, omega-3, and vitamin D, all excellent for bones and joints. When stewed with pickled mustard greens, the dish also provides probiotics and natural enzymes that improve digestion and enhance calcium absorption. For those who often experience indigestion, bloating, or constipation, sardines with pickled greens are an ideal choice. Tasty, joint strengthening, and bone healthy. Compared to fish from polluted waters full of toxins, clean sardines paired with safe fermented greens are truly a golden dish for seniors. Keycap 5. Grilled tuna in foil with vegetables. Preserve nutrients, limit toxins. Tuna is rich in protein, omega-3, B vitamins, and iron. But instead of choosing giant ocean tuna packed with mercury, you should prioritize smaller tuna and prepare it by grilling in foil with vegetables. This method locks in the nutrients, avoids excess oil, and reduces the harmful toxins that frying can create. The accompanying vegetables, such as carrots, pumpkin, and bell peppers, add vitamin C and antioxidants that boost collagen production and improve joint flexibility. This dish is a safe alternative, delicious, memory-friendly, heart-healthy, and great for the joints. My dear friends, old age should be a time of peace and freedom, not a daily struggle with aching joints, fatigue, and unsteady steps. Please remember clearly, avoid these 5 harmful fish: farmed basa, salty dried fish, processed canned fish, fish from polluted waters, and large ocean fish high in mercury. Choose these 5 healthy fish: salmon braised with turmeric, steamed herring with ginger, sour soup with field gourami, sardines stewed with pickled greens, and grilled tuna in foil with vegetables. Health doesn't come by chance, it's the result of the small choices we make every day. A wise meal today can bring strong legs and a peaceful spirit for the long journey of old age. Right finger if you find this video helpful. Please leave a comment saying, "I choose clean fish," to show your commitment to change. And don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so we can spread health knowledge together, making old age not just longer, but truly worth living. See you again in the next video, my dear friends.